In a loan estimate, homebuyers see rate and APR numbers, which often confusing for them. Can you explain the difference between loan rates versus APR?
Good question, Oleg. So I get this one a lot. The interest rate is the number multiplied times your loan amount to equal your payment. That is the interest rate, and that is what we sell to you, is the interest rate. The APR stands for annualized percentage rate. And on some levels, it's a bit of an arbitrary number because it's assuming the APR calculation is always based on the assumption that you pay only your minimum payment each month and you never pay it one day early or one day late. You pay it on the first of each month for 30 years without ever, you don't pay it off early, you don't refinance. That's how the APR is calculated. It's basically a mathematical equation that includes all of the interest that you pay on the loan, assuming that you pay on the first of each month, never early, never late. All of the closing costs that are associated with your closing on the day that you close on the property. And so all of those are factored in. So the APR is always going to be higher than the interest rate because it's going to include your closing costs. The purpose of APR was really derived so that you could shop, because you could look at one lender that says, oh, my rate is 3.875 today. And then you go to the next lender and they say, my rate is 3.875. And how do you compare those two things without getting a full loan estimate with everything itemized? Well, you look at the APR, because the APR, if this 3.875 lender has a higher APR, it's because they're potentially charging you points to get that rate. So their closing costs are going to be higher. And that gives you sort of a baseline to compare one lender to the next to include the APR. However, it is not your interest rate and should not be considered as your interest rate, and really only should be used under those circumstances to compare apples to apples from one lender to the next.
Thank you for explaining. Hopefully it will clear the confusion. Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Oleg Sedletsky, your Dallas area realtor. This video is part of my conversation with local loan originator Wrayanne Williams. You can find the link to the full video in the description below.